AITAH for not moving my seat so an obese person could be more comfortable on the bus. So, I feel like this could go a lot of ways and I'm not sure if I'm actually an asshole or not, so some outside perspective is needed. 23F, am 5 feet 7 inches, so I'm not the shortest or tallest girl, I'm in between. I got on a bus Saturday at 11 a.m. I am moving across the country on said bus. I'm not stopping at hotels, I'm just going full send because that's how the ticket worked out. Which is fine. The bus is extremely uncomfortable though, I mean you're fucked if you're taller than me on this bus, there's just not a lot of leg room. But what's nice is the seats go down about 4 inches so you can kinda lean at an angle and scoot up a little bit to get some sleep and have more leg room, and when it is like this it does not interfere with the passenger behind you, in normal circumstances. My seat was already down, I was asleep. The person's seat in front of me was down and the person next to me had the person's seat in front of them down. We had a stop at 3 a.m. to pick up some folks, no biggie. I'm in my assigned seat, all my stuff is to myself and I'm just trying to continue sleeping. Next thing I know I have someone kicking my seat. My eyes were shut so I didn't see who got on behind me. At first I figured they were probably rustling with their bags and trying to get comfy. It takes a hot minute, so I didn't mind. But it kept happening for about a half an hour. I was starting to get kinda cranky as I'm going to be on this bus for days and I'd rather not get no sleep and kicked in the back while I do it. I just kinda rolled over and got comfortable again when the person behind me turned on my light above me and their light. I open my eyes and see what's wrong, and this person is very unreasonably angry, you can just see his face is ready to pop. I asked him what's the matter and he said, "Did you not understand I was trying to get you to move your seat?" And I was really confused and realized that he meant communicating like an ape. Hitting my chair was supposed to make me realize he was asking me to move my seat. I paused as I was genuinely in disbelief at this conversation I was having now at almost 4 a.m. I look at this guy, he's probably 5 feet 5 inches, he's shorter than me and about 400 pounds. At that very moment I was understanding the problem. He had enough leg room, but he was too fat to fit there with my seat slightly down comfortably. In my opinion that's not at all my problem, especially when you handle it like an absolute asshole. If he asked nicely I would have moved it because obviously being uncomfortable isn't fun on the bus, but when you treat me with no respect you don't get any in return. Kicking my seat and waking me up as well as other passengers and being rude is not how it is done. I politely declined and stated how I paid extra for this window seat and it was late so I wanted to be reclined a bit so I could sleep and would move it back as soon as we stopped and station for breakfast at 6:30 am. He got angry and huffed and then called me an asshole and fat phobic, whatever the fuck that means, since I wasn't not doing it cause he's fat I wasn't going to because he was an asshole. Not even 10 minutes after I fall asleep he kicks my chair more. I impulsively ask him why he doesn't just move one seat to the right where the person next to me doesn't have their seat back, and that's when I realized he's sitting in both seats because he's too big for one. That was my first time seeing him sitting, so I did feel bad about that and told him that there were other open seats and he could sit there until our stop in the morning for breakfast. He called me an asshole again and got up and complained about me being nasty to the driver. I wasn't nasty at all. My tone was level and I was trying to be as nice as possible. He was the one kicking my chair acting like a child even though he must have been close to 50 years old. I never once said anything about his weight and wasn't mean by any means. I went back to sleep with my chair reclined and woke up and moved it back just as I said I would when we stopped for breakfast, but he did not come back. So am I the asshole for not giving a man-child what he wanted because he was rude even though he was also morbidly obese to the point he couldn't fit on the bus normally? I feel bad now but also feel like if I just let him have what he wanted he would never learn not to kick someone's seat.